If you have plantar fasciitis, these are two things that you have to do in order to get rid of this condition that can be really disabling. So I had a patient yesterday lamenting to me that his wife's had this plantar fasciitis for months. She's really struggling with it, and I said, okay, here are two things that she needs to add to her regimen in order to get rid of it. Now, most people know about either the frozen water bottle or tennis ball on the ground, and you want to rub your plantar fascia to really stretch it out and help it out. You also want to make sure that your calf muscle is really stretched out, because if your calf is tight, it kind of turns your foot inward as it's pulling on your heel, and it can expose your plantar fascia and make it worse. But here's the two things that most people don't do that you really need to add. One is you need to do an exercise where you put a towel on the ground and you take your toes and you curl in the towel to exercise the muscles on the bottom of your feet. And that's critically important because the plantar fascia is it's a connective tissue meant to support the arch of the foot, but it's not meant to be the primary supporter. And a lot of people have really poor musculature on the soles of their feet. So you really need to work that musculature on the soles of your feet to make sure that you have more support on the bottom of your foot and it's not putting so much pressure on the plantar fascia. And the final one that nobody wants to do, but is the game changer by far, is wearing a night splint. So I had plantar fasciitis a number of years ago, and it did not change until I started wearing my night splint. And so the key to that is that, let's say this is your shin and your foot. When you go to sleep at night, your foot goes flat because you're relaxed and the sheet is on top of your foot, and the plantar fascia heals in this orientation, and then you get up in the morning and step on it and you just tore all that healing that went on, and you get in this vicious cycle of healing and tearing and inflammation. So by laying at night in a night splint, keeping your foot in dorsiflexion instead of straight, it's in this. Now when that healing goes on, it's in this elongated orientation. When you stand on it, you don't tear those fibers. So in summary, super important to make sure that not only are you doing massage with a tennis ball and keeping your heel cord loose by doing calf stretches, but you've got to add a night splint, and you've got to add these foot exercises to work the intrinsic muscles of the foot. Hope you found this helpful. If you'd like to learn more about this kind of stuff, follow us below or go to our website at drzhfit.com, and we'll have more content around this stuff.